What's up, guys? My name is George and welcome to Avant-Garde. Today I'm very excited to present to you our artist series called In the Mind of an Artist. When we meet our artists, we kind of talk about their creative process and what they go through to create their pieces. So our first artist is Luli, so let's head inside and talk about her art.
Well, Luli, I'm very excited to have finally met you. We're here in your studio at your house, and yeah, what got you into art? What got you into this hobby?
So my family's always been really creative. My grandpa, an architect, my mother, an art teacher, my sisters, all creative, and they've always just been my biggest inspiration to be creative and really expressing myself.
Gotcha. Okay. And what age do you think that you really start kind of sitting down, doing sketches, and kind of, building your kind of theme or your kind of style?
I've always been making weird little faces, but taking it seriously, I started about like 2 to 3 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So somewhat recently then.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
nice. So what kind of inspires your style? I see a lot of these kind of Hawaiian head kind of designs. So where do you get that inspiration?
So I saw these trends going on of this one-lined art.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of like I think you told me earlier when we were, the first piece you ever gave me, you said we're all connected through contour lines. Does that kind of relate to that? Is that what you're trying to evoke?
So we all have like this line that we're all connected to. It's like a consciousness, one consciousness.
Like a bonding kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's unique. All right. So you mentioned that you've been doing this now for around 2 or 3 years, but you've had a creative background since you were a kid. How do you further seek opportunities to kind of develop your career and kind of push it forward?
So living in Miami, it's a lot easier because going out, I always talk about my kind of art, and you never know who's going to be like interested and stuff. So it's like a great opportunity to connect with other people. That's how I met people at restaurants to do like shows there, shows at clubs, and then eventually I met people who did gallery stuff.
Right.
So I got to show at a gallery in Wynwood, and yeah.
Yeah, okay. And do you think that, so just meeting people just kind of word of mouth, do you think that the future of art is going to be that, or do you think it's going to be more like online, social media, or is it going to still be in the gallery, kind of like at a certain destination?
I think it's both. I think
Right. Instagram
definitely plays a lot in connecting with other people. That's another big thing. Marketing through there. Instagram makes it really easy to reach out to other people.
Right, it gives you that access.
Yeah.
So, Luli, how do you kind of go about pricing your artwork in your pieces?
So I go by skill, timing, how big the canvas is, how much detail I put into it, and like how much I love the canvas. If I love it a lot, it's gonna be priced highly.
Gotcha. So Luli, owning Avant-Garde, I've met a lot of artists recently that they struggle to kind of blend business with art. What's your take on that? And what's your advice for people like that? Because I know you're in the business world.
Yeah. So I definitely struggle with it as well. At first, I'm not very business oriented, but it's something I've been learning to do better and grow into, and I think you just have to really step out of your comfort zone and talk to people and get over your fear of like speaking and all that kind of stuff.
So kind of market yourself and go the extra mile. Yeah, agreed, definitely. So Lou, you mentioned earlier that you have a kind of a unique process of naming your pieces. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so when I'm done with the painting, that's when I go over it, I look at it and go over my feelings of the painting, of what I put into it, how I expressed it, and then that's how I'll come up with the name.
Okay, so that's a pretty unique, way. A lot of artists that I've met go avant-garde, they kind of name it right off the bat, and then they finish it. So that's a very different take. That's cool. It's very interesting. So Luli, you have this very interesting piece called "Accepting the Shadow Self," where you have, the theme that you're known for, which is a bunch of faces, and they're kind of connected. Can you please explain this piece to me?
Yeah, so as it says in the name, it's accepting me for me, accepting all the dark parts of myself. So these faces are supposed to represent all of like the dark aspects that I don't like of myself, and me falling into them and really accepting who I am.
And then you have this kind of beautiful kind of gold kind of flakes around. Is that just for aesthetics, or is that to kind of symbolize something specifically?
It's mostly for aesthetics, yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, Luli, we got your portfolio here. I'm excited to see it. So let's see your best pieces here.
So the first one is definitely my favorite. It's back when I used to go to the Art Institute. It shows positive and negatives, design fundamentals. The stippling took me a long time. Gained a lot of inspiration from Art Basel that year, so this is 2017, and I also tried to make it look like a record vinyl. Mm-hmm. This one was also working on positive and negatives, just shapes. Mm-hmm. Again, positive and negatives. I really do like this theme, so I try to work with this kind of style sometimes, a lot of ink work. This one has like my, unique faces, and then also different faces that I like to use, and it's supposed to be like masks and stuff.
That still goes with your theme of we're all being connected.
Exactly. And then just practicing one-line faces, sketches of like faces, like regular, again, positive and negative panda. And then these faces, also, this is the whole theme for the portfolio, positive and negative. Mm-hmm. So I'm using like different designs to kind of make these things pop out.
So Luli, you mentioned your kind of first work on canvas. Can we check it out?
Yeah, so this is actually that piece. I have this sketch in my portfolio, and I fell in love right after this. I couldn't stop painting after this one, and I really just love the colors. Pink was my definitely favorite at the time. And yeah, I was supposed to just show this woman chewing bubblegum and a bunch of eyes just looking at her. It's supposed to be like a trippy kind of thing.
Yeah, like a trippy vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, looking from the sketch to this, you can see the detail difference is massive, and it just pops way more in person. I mean, you probably won't be able to see it on camera, but it's incredible in person.
Yeah, I love looking at my sketches and then the real thing on canvas after. It's amazing. Yeah,
it's definitely gratifying and rewarding. We got this yin yang here piece. I want to see this because the blue on this is just fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. I actually made this piece live as well at one of my art shows. It's supposed to be yin and yang, and they kind of connect in the middle, but not totally yet. They're kind of in the process of that. And I really wanted to use like poppy colors to make these two pop out more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's one thing about your set I really like, that everything's very colorful. It's not just kind of subdued and black and white.
Definitely. I love colorful things, so I love putting that in my artwork.
It's awesome. You have this beautiful orange piece here, and I know you mentioned earlier it was called Growing Pains. So can you talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, so this piece is supposed to resemble like two different people, and they're both hurt but both growing from the pain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so one is higher than the other and kind of helping it get to the same level as that one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And again, you have that aesthetic there. It's kind of a popping out kind of color scheme, not, subdued.
It's supposed to look happy, and then once you really look at it, you're like, oh, okay, it's supposed to be a little darker.
Yeah, I do see that with the kind of thick black lines and the combination with the orange. It's very cool. Very interesting. What's about this beautiful piece behind us? What inspired you to make it?
So I'm going through like a really rough time right now, and it's just how I've been expressing myself with it. It's supposed to be me, so it's me looking up, and I'm gonna be putting a heart in the middle that drips down, so it's kind of like just like being hurt and waiting to heal that, waiting for the time to pass.
You mentioned that you actually went to a live event and did, a live art piece, so can you talk about that as well? It's very interesting.
Yeah, so this was for my first art show, and I was very, very nervous. So having to paint in front of a big crowd was really a big thing for me. At the moment, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was gonna paint, and then I just put my pen down and I was like, all right, let's do this. And then splattering paint. I actually made this with another artist there, and it turned out great.
And you said you guys did that around 30 minutes?
Yeah, around 30 minutes.
Wow, that's impressive. With a lot of people kind of looking at you guys, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Nice, congrats. All right, well, thank you, Luli, so much for having us at your studio and your house. And I look forward to stocking all your pieces on Avant-Garde, and hope to sell a bunch of art and make you famous.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm very excited to continue doing this series. I have a lot of artists I have to show you. Another episode of this series will be coming very soon. In the meantime, check out Luli's art on Avant-Garde. Link will be in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, And yeah, guys, let me know what other videos you want to see. Oh, and remember to follow us on our Instagram. See you guys next time.